Today we have so much to talk about together. I've got a quick update for you on the situation with Princess when it comes to buying your Wi-Fi package before you board your cruise. We're also going to be talking about big news coming out of Celebrity Cruises, and imagine a cruise on Princess Cruises with the entire casino. Entire casino is smoke-free for the entire cruise. I've got one for you. Also, let's see, London is in the news, so if you're going to be going there soon, you need to know about it, and lots of other things. We've got two very tragic accidents that have occurred, and I feel like we just need to be aware of these things. We need to think about things in advance, and because you know what, we travel, and that puts a little bit of a responsibility on us as far as I'm concerned. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It is September 4th of 2025, and indeed, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, if you appreciate the information I share, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and any other of my videos that you watch. I really appreciate your support, and I hope I get to see you here every day. We need your voice in our conversation. So let's start at the very top and talk about what is going on with Celebrity Cruises. This is really big when you think about it. So yesterday, September 3rd, Celebrity opened their priority pre-booking for their river cruises in 2027. And I actually was going to talk about that fact yesterday, but by the time I did my video, the game was over, because when they opened for pre-booking those cruises, making that reservation, by the way, when you did that, you had to put down a $500 deposit. It had to close within minutes because of unprecedented demand. They were full. That is how quickly they filled up. So in 2027, Celebrity's going to have those two ships. They're going to have three more added in 2028, I believe it is. But in 2027, one of those ships will be on the Rhine and the other one will be on the Danube. It's really interesting to me. The demand for that shows, I really think, two things. One, Celebrity's got a great following. People that sail on their ships on the ocean want to sail on their ships on the rivers. The other thing is river cruising is really coming into its own. I need to get busy and talk to you some more in videos about our Viking River cruise that we just did in July, and we had gone on Avalon previously. On the Danube, we just did the Rhine on Viking. In December, we will be doing the Danube on the waterways for the Christmas markets. You're going to have to come along on that because it's going to be extraordinary. But anyway, I've got a lot to tell you about that. But river cruising is really something. They always say that ocean cruising takes you around the country and rivers take you through. This applies to really anywhere in the world because, most ships the ocean ships can't go down the river. And when you really want to see the heart of everything and experience even more history, the riverboat is the way to do it. So Celebrity indeed is sold out. I'll let you know when they open up more booking for that. But I think based on everything they have said, 2027 is done. They are full for what they can handle on that. A note, though, I think this is really interesting. As I have looked at everything that they have released on their riverboats, the information that they have put out there, it is really interesting to me, two differences that they are making than what we see on a lot of the other riverboats a lot. Number one, they're going to have a 24-hour dining option. Whether it's going to be Al Bacho open overnight, they say they're going to have an Al Bacho cafe. It'll be interesting to see what they have. Al Bacho's, to me, is not quite the same as the International Cafe. It is on Princess. A little bit different. They have, at least on their Celebrity cruises that I have been on, it's not quite as wide of a selection, and it leans more towards suites. But certainly, either cruise line will have something for you if you want something in the middle of the night. So I thought that was a huge step forward, really important. One thing, though, I'm not so sure about is in most of their infinite veranda cabins that they have on the riverboat. So they'll have the window, the ones that have the window, then they'll have the infinite veranda ones, and then they'll have suites. Those infinite veranda ones are like the infinite verandas on their Edge class ships. So you're not going to be opening a sliding glass door to see things. You're going to have the floor to ceiling windows like you have on like their Edge class ships, but you're going to be pushing a button and putting a window down. I don't know. I didn't like those when I went on the Edge class ship, so that would preclude me from going in those cabins. I would have to have a suite to go on Celebrity or go on another brand of river cruise. So just putting that out there. Let me know. Let me know, everybody who has ever sailed on Celebrity on an Edge class ship, had an infinite balcony, what you thought of it. I really tried hard to like it. I tried really, really hard because there were aspects of it that I thought, oh, well, that's really nice. No, I can't. I don't want to do that again. And so, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. There's not a right and a wrong. It's just personal preference, okay? So the next thing I want to let you know about really quickly here is what's going on in London. So can you believe this? Coldplay had 2 concerts that were scheduled at Wembley Stadium, and they actually have delayed them due to this event that is going to happen. So between September 5th and September 11th, different parts of the London Underground, the tube there, is going to be closed. The first section is going to close Friday, which is just tomorrow. It's going to close for 24 hours, the very first section then, and then for the next few days from the 6th through the 11th, different groups of workers on the Underground there are going to go on strike. And so you're never going to know which section of the Underground is going to be open, if it's all going to be closed for a little while. So if you'll be visiting London, heads up about that if that's how you were going to get around town. One thing that I have learned in the times that I have been, and please share your experiences as well, but the last few times that we have been in London over the course of the last year and couple of months, we have been to London 3 times, and each time we have done that, we have looked at taxis and Ubers, and each time Ubers have been cheaper. But if you're somebody and you don't know how to do an Uber, don't worry. Just get a taxi to go where it is that you need to go. Okay, it's not hard. They have lots and lots of taxis there. If you're staying at a hotel and you want some help with that, ask them at the front desk and they'll call a taxi for you. But just wanted to give you the heads up about that. During this whole time, while this is going on, the Elizabeth line and the London Overground is going to remain unaffected. So if you can use that to get around, you can do that. And also the national bus, like the National Express, all the buses and all of the national train lines are still going to run as scheduled as well. So those aren't going to be impacted. Just wanted to let you know that's going on. Okay, let's talk about the Wi-Fi situation on Princess. 2 days ago, on Tuesday, I let you know that on our app, it was not showing up, and lots of people were telling me that they were not able to book the half off, so using your Platinum Elite loyalty level to book your Wi-Fi before your cruise. So I talked about that on Monday, and by Monday evening into Tuesday, some people were saying, now I can do it. So that's great. Maybe they were just having a glitch with their app. The really interesting thing to me is on when Gordon is logged in as he is himself on his app, he could do that if he wanted to and get it half off. I can't. On my app, it's not working. So when people were reporting to me that you could go ahead and book it, they were having luck with this. I called Princess again, trying to book the Wi-Fi for one of my guests that wants it. And once again, I was told that if you want to get the half off, you're going to have to do it once you're on board. And so what I want you to know is you get what you get. And so if it doesn't work for you to be able to book your Wi-Fi at half off, if you're Platinum or Elite and you just want the Wi-Fi package before you go on your cruise, do it once you get on board the cruise. Don't give up on it. Don't pay full price. Just do it once you get on board the ship. Okay? Wanted to let you know about that. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, so this is really interesting as well. Like I said, a completely non-smoking casino trip on a Princess cruise. We are used to having the casino being a smoking location there on Princess. They ask you to please just only smoke if you're playing. I see people come and sit down and smoke anyway, but that's not my circus. And so I don't have to worry about that. But on the September 6th sailing of the Enchanted Princess, they actually have to do some work on the ventilation system that includes the ventilation system in the casino. And so that entire cruise, that September 6th sailing of the Enchanted Princess, is going to be smoke-free. So I'm sorry to say that for anybody that was hoping, is used to being able to smoke while you're playing there in the casino, but for everybody that enjoys that smoke-free experience, maybe they'll be using the casino a little bit more, but just wanted to let you know about that. Okay, now what do we need to talk over as a Let's Go family since we travel? 2 very, very, to me, tragic accidents happened yesterday that I am aware of, and I wanted to share with you both of these, both because I think it's important that we keep people in our prayers. I'm a firm believer in that, but also, and not only in what it does for the people that we pray for, but how it changes us as we think of other people. But in addition to that, I think it's really important to think about these things that can happen because we travel. And so the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, and the way it impacted me, is yesterday in Lisbon, a funicular cable broke, and as of the last report that I had read, there were 15 people that were killed and 18 people who were injured. And in addition to that, I think it was yesterday, there was a gentleman who was on the Mendenhall Glacier who fell and ended up going into a hole or a crevice there in the ice. And so the people that he was with couldn't see him, so they immediately dispatched. They have a whole rescue crew that specialize in being able to rescue people on the glaciers and in ice and in these situations. So they hurried up and got them there immediately. But when they went to the place where the gentleman had fallen, there was too much rushing water for it to be deemed to be safe for any rescue attempts. And so that gentleman was from Italy, so they are trying to contact his next of kin and let his family know what has happened to him. So why do I think this is important? You know, when we went to Switzerland in July, we looked at they have all these beautiful funiculars that take you to the top of all these amazing peaks in the Alps. The views from them are spectacular. You get to see more glaciers, which is really my thing. I really wanted to see all of these glaciers, but I was so worried about the funicular cable breaking that we didn't do it. By the time we got to Salzburg, I worked up. Gordon really wanted to go on the funicular up to the top there of the fortress there in Salzburg, and I almost told him he'd have to go by himself, but I went. I'm really glad I went. It was beautiful, a beautiful view, and everything was safe. But when I saw that funicular cable had broken in Lisbon, it really reminded me kind of the worry that I had about the funicular breaking in Switzerland, which they haven't broken there. But I just feel like it's really important that we kind of decide what we worry about and what we don't, and that we decide we're just going to be comfortable with it. Those people that were on the funicular there in Lisbon, my heart goes out to them and their families with this situation that happened. There are so many funiculars in the world. It is truly a tragic accident when one of them breaks because it is so rare. And so don't base what you do on vacation with something that happens very, very, very extraordinarily rarely. Okay, if you want to go on the funicular, go on the funicular. If you are worried about going on the funicular, just don't go. And that's not worth stressing yourself out when you're on vacation. So with the gentleman that slipped and fell there on the Mendenhall Glacier, I know that was an accident. So we need to remember that accidents happen and do our best to be prepared for it. Anything that could possibly happen. The other thing is, it is such a reminder to me to be even more careful than I already am. Sometimes I get in a hurry and I'm not as careful as I should be, or sometimes I forget where I am. I would forget where I am sometimes, on the edge of a cliff or something like that. So just pay extra attention to where you are, be as careful as you can be, and keep these dear people that truly were in accidents in your thoughts and prayers. Let me know what you think in the comments about everything. So much to talk about, and know how much I enjoy being here with you, and that I will talk to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.